welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. I feel like we are now fully in the midst of Christmassy feelings. It is still November, but honestly, like, December is obviously very Christmassy, but I feel like November has very similar vibes, but there is, if you're a type A person like me, there's an extra layer of excitement purely around the fact that there is so much to plan. I have been literally planning mad for the last week or so. I think I've been planning vlogmas, which I think I'm gonna have to tone down a little bit this year because I've just not got as much time as I was hoping for. But I've also been planning like a big Christmas dinner and of course all the presents. I have come up with a little bit of a gift guide that I wanted to share with you all, and just basically go over some of the top presents that I think you could get this year. I've tried to do a complete range of ages. So this is the Christmas gift guide for her. And yeah, lots of different ages. So I think, let me get it up. So I've literally gone from kind of like young woman aged like 15 to 18 all the way to kind of like your grandmothers, that sort of thing. So we are covering a big age group. But that should mean there is something in this video for everyone, and I'm just hoping it will either give you ideas of what you might want for Christmas. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Sometimes I think clarity is just lovely, and I think hopefully it will give you an idea of what you could get someone else. Maybe there's a co-worker that you're struggling to get a present for, or maybe a family member. Sometimes I think family are the hardest to buy for, to be honest. But yeah, hopefully this video will have some suggestions. So go get your comfies on, go get cozy. Maybe you're watching this in the evening and you could put on your Christmas pyjamas so that you get enough wear out of them for the year, okay? I'm no judgment. I love that and I'm here for that. Get yourself a hot drink. I have gone for a decaf coffee. I did want to do a hot chocolate, but I actually ran out of milk, which that's just really me at the minute. That's really me. But get yourself a nice hot drink. The one thing I do have that I wanted to show you guys, the German biscuits are out. I got these from Lidl, but I think they're out in Aldi as well. Oh my goodness. So when I was a kid, we used to live in Germany and we'd get these biscuits. Oh my gosh. They literally look like that. Oh, they're like, oh my God. They are Christmas to me. The smell of these biscuits is Christmas. They're very cinnamony. I'm just gonna like dip them in my coffee and have a little bite. They're so amazing. They're so good. Oh my God. That is perfect. But yeah, go ahead, get yourself cozy. I've actually got biscuits stuck around my mouth. Go get yourself cozy and we will start this little video. So one of the things that I thought would be the easiest to start with is to go through the different ages. So I thought what we could start off with is kind of like your young women, your kind of teenage-ish girls. So I've gone for the age range of 15 to 18. This is not a really big age range, but I think it is an age range that's maybe a little bit harder to buy for than people realise. I know I was a bit of a fussy one when I was 15. And probably 16 too, because you're young, but you want to feel old. I feel like during that age range, you don't realise how much hard work being old is. So you're trying to be old, but also I think there's an element of trying to like keepsake youth too. So that was a bit deep, actually. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee because that was a bit deep. Keepsake youth, good gosh. That went a bit dark. Sorry for that. But I think, yeah, I've tried to kind of encourage some of that thinking into the gifts that I've picked out. So to start off strong, the first one is some trendy jewellery. I think you could make this quite high budget or you could make it quite low depending on what works for you. There's a lot of budget friendly jewellery stores that you could go to. I think like La Visa, we have one of those in Meadowhall, which is like quite a good one for kind of low budget jewellery. I've actually got jewellery from there. And I've had loads of comments on it. Like, you know when you have so many comments on something, it's a bit embarrassing. Like, it gets to the point where it's like, actually, this was really cheap. Like, stop commenting, please. I've had a lot of jewellery from that has been really, really nice. The one thing I will say is obviously it does tarnish really fast. Like, it's not the best quality, but if you need to stick to a budget, they are a really, really good option. So the next option I was going to suggest is Abbott Lion. You guys know I am obsessed with Abbott Lion. I think probably like 75% of my jewellery at this point comes from Abbott Lion. So yeah, I am a big fan, and to be honest, my love of that brand has travelled with me through the ages. I feel like the brand's got a lot of different collections for a lot of different age ranges, and I might talk about that more in a little bit. But I wanted to say that they do some really good, quite, I'd say budget friendly, trendy jewellery. So this is one of their clover bracelets that I got. I just love this bracelet. It is my absolute favourite. Hopefully it's picking up okay on the camera there. This is my absolute favourite. I wear it quite a lot. Obviously we can tell it's kind of a bit similar to another design. You can actually get them personalised as well. I chose not to. I quite like mine plain, to be honest. I just felt like it was just more my vibe. But you can add a name onto it as well, so that might be quite cool. But I think that's quite a way to feed into some of the trends that maybe your younger sister, daughter, whoever, the young lady in your life might really want to kind of feed into, but at the same time, you don't necessarily need to break the bank. The Abbott Lion stuff comes in lovely little jewellery boxes as well. So it does look very put together, and I've actually got a few bits from them that I just, yeah, am completely obsessed with. Obviously as well, you could splash out a lot more. I don't have loads of crazy expensive jewellery. I think it's just something that I've not really found myself feel the need to do, but obviously you could 100% go and spend a lot more, maybe get the authentic versions of some of the bits I've mentioned. You know, you do you, whatever is your preference. The next thing that I was going to suggest is, of course, some skincare. So I had a little bit of a think, and I think it's important to be careful with skincare, but at the age of like 15 to 18, I think that's probably a good time to really try and get into skincare. And I think there's ways that you could jazz up this gift a little bit more. So I did think that one brand that I think is quite good for that younger age range is The Ordinary. So it's not too expensive, and it talks a lot about the science behind the skincare, which can hopefully help young women to maybe not get too caught up in the marketing of it all. So I would recommend their starter skincare set. But if you know someone that is maybe really passionate about skincare and quite careful with what they use, another option would be to get one of the like facial rollers. I used to have one of these. I accidentally broke mine, but I absolutely loved it. It was so relaxing in the evening to just kind of like cool down my face and like, I guess literally just like relax it. It was really nice. And you can literally get those kits for about £10, £15 max. Like I think you could probably get them for cheaper. You can definitely get them in TK Maxx, but I think you could literally shop around. You could probably get them from Amazon as well, to be honest. Like there's a lot of options for those kits. The next suggestion I had was a Polaroid camera or a disposable camera. I feel like these are coming into fashion quite a lot, and I feel like my gut instinct is that they are going to make a big resurface in the next 2 years maybe. I feel like trends from the 2010s are coming in quite rapidly, and I remember the Polaroids being huge back then, so I feel like they could well come back this year too. And I also just think there's something so special about being able to take a Polaroid picture. I don't know, just even now, like I do kind of just love them. And yeah, when me and my sisters were a bit younger, we did have a Polaroid camera and we absolutely loved it, and we still pull it out at parties. Like to this day, we're still taking Polaroid pictures at parties, and people do get obsessed with it. Like everyone wants a little Polaroid picture, so I do recommend that too. So the other thing that I thought you could get that is again quite budget friendly is actually a really nice phone case. So again, you can maybe splash out on this. You can take it quite budget depending on your preferences. One of the brands that I really like is Coconut Lane. So they did this phone case, which has just got like a little Christmassy design on. Obviously, you guys know I'm Christmas obsessed. So I was always going to have a Christmassy one, but I have got one that's got like a little swirl print on it. I've got one that's like got a pearlescent look to it. I absolutely love these, and I've honestly found them quite good quality. I am not the best at looking after my phones, and yeah, they have held up quite well. I think if you were looking to splash out a little bit more, you could try Casetify. I've never brought from Casetify. It looks really nice. They're just a bit too expensive for me, like, couldn't do it. But if you wanted to splash out, the amount of cases they have on their website is absolutely insane, so definitely want to have a bit of a think about. Okay, so would it actually be a gift guide if we didn't talk about, oh my gosh, I wish I could say this. I was gonna say the elephant in the room, but I haven't actually brought my elephant upstairs. Okay, we need to talk about Jellycats. I have brought 2 of my Christmas Jellycats up to show you guys. This is actually the newest one I got. Tom got it me as a little bit of a surprise, which was just absolutely lovely. Jellycats, I think, are a great gift, especially for the like 15 to 18-year-olds, because they're cute, they're still really youthful, but they're kind of cool, they're kind of trendy. Like, you won't get taken the mick out of getting a Jellycat for Christmas. I love them so much. I've got actually a lot more than I realised. I've got a little smudged dog one, an elephant one, a snowflake one, and then also another dog one. I've got a lot of dogs. Oh, and a Christmas tree one. I've got a lot of these little guys. They come in lots of different price ranges. I think the cheapest I've seen is £18, and then yeah, there's almost like the sky's the limit. You can get some that are very, very expensive. But I do think they are a really, really lovely gift. If you order off of the Jellycat website as well, they come in a little dust bag, which I think is a nice touch. So yeah, worth a bit of a think about, because I do think they are adorable. Me and my sisters are going to do a Jellycat exchange this year for Christmas. So basically each sister is going to get a Jellycat from the other 2, and I'm very excited. Me and Taria have picked out Holly's Jellycat, and honestly it is just the perfect one. Like, we struggled for a little bit trying to look for one, and then when we saw this one we were like, oh, how did we miss it? How did we miss this? It is adorable. But yeah, I really, really recommend Jellycats. The final gift I was going to recommend in this section, and I don't have an example, so I'll pop a picture up, but to be honest, is any Lush gift set. My favourite is Yognog, but to be honest, I also quite like Snow Fairy, but oh my goodness, like, Lush is just incredible. I remember when I got my first Lush gift set, that was a bit of a tongue twister, and oh my god, it was just the most amazing thing. I didn't really know Lush existed. I think I must have been about 11 or 12, and I just like got a bath bomb and a shower gel, and oh my god, it was just, I remember it being so magical. So I think, yes, to be the person to gift that to someone else must be really lovely. I just think they are just lovely, lovely gift sets. And I think, yeah, if you can get it for someone that's a bit younger, it just feels so incredibly special. So yeah, really recommend that. I think Snow Fairy is probably my top choice. I don't think you need to splash out on a Lush gift set unless you really want to. I do think the little ones that just have the bath bomb and the shower gel are really, really lovely gifts, to be honest. You can splash out if you want, but I just think, yeah, Lush, they smash it out the park every single time. Like, all of their stuff is just so lovely, so it's kind of an easy win. Okay, so for the next section, I was looking at gifts for women aged 18 to 24. I feel like that's a bit of an odd age range for me to go for, but my logic was that you're kind of grown up, but you want to feel young. Like, you've not fully embraced adulthood, but like adulthood has kind of got you in a chokehold. That was my logic with that age demographic, and that was how I informed like the choices of gifts. So obviously I had to go for a pair of Uggs as the first one in this gift set. That is a little bit more expensive, okay? That is a bit of a higher budget gift, but oh, can you get better than Uggs? I don't know. So this is the pair of Uggs that I've got for this year. These are the Tasmans, and I always get my Uggs with a platform. You don't necessarily have to. I am just incredibly short and I love a platform, but yeah, these are the Uggs. I do love these, I can't lie. The colour, I can't remember what it's called, but I do love this colour. I think you can get them in the tan, like the traditional tan colour, and you can also get them in the black. So I think you could really go for whatever kind of the girl that you're shopping for prefers. But I do wear a lot of neutrals, so obviously I had to go for this colour right here. One thing I would say is I was always told size up in your Uggs, and if you're getting a full Ugg boot, that is 100% true, do size up. But if you are getting a little Tasman pair, I actually wouldn't size up. I would stay with your normal size, and they will feel really tight when you start wearing them. But as you kind of wear down the fluff and press it down with your feet, they will begin to fit a lot better. I feel like I sized up and mine do feel just a little bit big on me, which is a bit frustrating. So I think I'm probably gonna end up getting another pair next year as well, because I love these so much, but they just don't fit quite as well as I wanted. So do be careful on sizing. If you're not 100% on the size, maybe this isn't the best gift to go for. And then I think we managed to get these on a little bit of a discount. So I think we got them for about, I want to say we got them for £90, but it might have been 100 or 110. I can't really remember. So they are a bit of a splashy gift, I won't lie. Like, you best believe I sold a lot of clothes on Vinted in order to get these. But I do really love them. I do get a lot of use out of them. I do think they're a lovely gift. So going along with the Uggs, or maybe completely different, I don't know, depends how you style them, I also think that for this age range, a really nice gym set would be a lovely gift. You guys know I obviously go to the gym quite a lot, but also I am just like absolutely in love with gym wear. Like, I am either going to be in my cozies or I'm going to be in a gym wear. Like, if you see me in something else, it is because I had work that day. Like, I love my cozies or my gym wear. And yeah, I do think getting gym wear is just a really, really lovely gift. Some brands that I would recommend, obviously number one has to be Adenola. I have loved basically everything I've had ever from Adenola. I've got a lot of hoodies which I absolutely adore, but a lot of leggings and sports bras which I really, really like. Outside of Adenola, I will admit I do struggle a little bit. So sometimes I get some of my gym wear from TK Maxx. I like trying to find the brands there. Sometimes it will be from like JD Sport, it might be like Nike. But I think one of the other ones that I did want to mention is obviously Halara. Halara is one of my favourite ones too. I've done a lot of collaborations with them in the past, but honestly, outside of the collaborations themselves, their stuff has been really, really good quality. Like, I use it basically almost every day, and yeah, they have really stood the test of time, so I would recommend them too. Just caveat that with, do make sure though that you order it well in advance, because their shipping dates are really, really long, so take that into account. But yeah, I do think gym wear could be a lovely gift. Maybe make sure that the person you're gifting does go to the gym, but as long as they do, I think that is a really nice gift. I also think if you don't know about sizes, because gym wear sizes can be a bit tough, you could have a look for a really nice gym bag. I actually got mine, I think from Sports Direct. Like, it's not really that fancy, but I think you could get some really nice ones. If you wanted to splash out, I saw a beautiful one, which was like a miniature North Face bag. I think that looked really nice. But yeah, you can get some very, very budget friendly ones too. And I do think having a nice gym bag and having it all packed really nicely can really motivate you to go to the gym. So I do recommend that. The other thing I'd recommend, not even necessarily for someone that likes sports, maybe like any girl really, is a Stanley Cup. I recommended this last year, I think, and I'm going to recommend it again. I love mine. I actually haven't got it up here at the minute. I think it's downstairs somewhere, and I literally drink from it every single day. I take it to the gym, but I also carry it around the house with me as well. I just absolutely love it. I have got one of the big ones. You can get a smaller one too if you want, if the big one's a bit like too big for you, but it does keep your drinks really, really cold, which I do love. I have also asked this year for a Stanley Cup, which is one of the ice flow ones. So that one's got a slightly different lid, so it's not got the big straw, it's kind of more like bottle shaped and a little bit smaller, which I'm hoping I can take to work with me, because the only problem that I've got with my Stanley is that it's so big it doesn't really fit in my work bag without me having to carry a lot, and it's quite heavy. So that's the only difference. So have a think about that, which one you might prefer, but I do think a Stanley is also a lovely little gift. Along the wellness route, the other gift that I would recommend is a Lumi alarm clock, or kind of just any sort of sunlight alarm clock. So I got a Lumi 2 years ago, I think, maybe 3 years ago, and it has absolutely changed the game for me. Basically what it does is it kind of wakes you up with the light, so it'll slowly brighten up your room based on like the time you've set, and then if that doesn't wake you up, it will also set off like a little alarm clock sound. I really love mine purely because I do quite like waking up naturally. I find I'm a lot happier if I wake up naturally. I think when the actual alarm sound goes off, that can make me quite frustrated. So waking up with the sunlight naturally is really nice. I also think it's a really nice thing to have in the darker season. We're not getting that much sunlight, and we are definitely not waking up to the sunlight at the moment. So being able to do that artificially, it is nicer than not being able to do it at all. And I think especially when the dark days come in January, it is something that I've always really appreciated. I will admit that it won't always wake me up. If I haven't had enough sleep, I can really tell, and the alarm sound will actually wake me up. So you still do have to try and like look after your sleep routine, but it does really help. The other thing I was going to recommend is Abbott Lion again. So what I was going to recommend is personalised jewellery. I think you could do this, depending on the person that you're buying for, I think you could do it in a few different ways. So I've got one piece of personalised jewellery on now, which is this little necklace, which I actually designed myself on Abbott Lion, but I think they now have like a collection for it, which is like a little angel number necklace, which I just absolutely love to wear. I literally wear it all the time. It's one of my favourites, but you can also get pieces really personalised. So this one is a bracelet or like a bangle similar to, can I do it? There you go. It's a bit similar to a Cartier style bracelet, but I actually had this one personalised to say Nelly on it, after you know Nelly, which yeah, I thought was really cute. And I feel like you could do this for young women, so you could get one with their pet's name on, but also I think last year I gifted Holly a choker that had her initials on, which she really liked. So yeah, I think there's a lot of options for kind of like personalised jewellery that can be really meaningful and quite nice. Abbott Lion's obviously one of my favourite choices, but I think there's a few other brands online that do it too. Another option is getting jewellery that's personalised to someone's birthday or birth month. So I think last year I got Taria a ring from Pandora, which had kind of like her birth month stone on, which she really liked as well. So I think there's a few different routes to go there, but I think having that personalised jewellery, like that personalised touch, is really nice. So the final thing I was going to recommend for this age group is pyjamas. Hopefully you guys will agree with me that pyjamas are not the lamest present, and they are actually one of the best presents. I do a little happy dance every time I get gifted a pair of pyjamas. Like, they are my favourite thing in the absolute world. I love them with a burning passion. I love pyjamas. For this age range, I thought a nice pair of pyjamas could be from Hollister. Hollister have got some incredible Christmas pyjamas at the moment. I am fighting the urge to buy them myself. They look stunning. so nice. I'll get some pictures up on the like screen for you, but oh my god, they've smashed it out the park this year. And like when I tell you that these feel super soft, they really do. They really do. So I would recommend Hollister, but of course you can go quite budget friendly. I think the pyjama sets at Hollister are coming in at about £50. Alternatives are of course Boat Avenue. They do the pyjamas in a bag, which I think come in at about 20 to 30, so a little bit cheaper. And again, these are really nice, really cute. I really like those. But also you can obviously head to Primark, and just get a lovely pair of pajamas from Primark. There isn't nothing wrong with that. You know, you can even like get some fluffy socks. Like, there is nothing wrong with taking it right the way down to the bottom of the budget. Like, yeah, I think there's a lot of options, and either way, I just think cozy pajamas make the absolute best gift. Okay, so for the next age range, I have gone with women aged 25 to 35. I kind of felt like this was like a bit of stuff that I would like, but also stuff that I can imagine future me would like. That was kind of how I thought about this. So starting off strong, we are starting off strong. The first thing I recommended was a nice frying pan. That might sound a bit lame, but I actually think having a nice frying pan is such a little luxury that you can enjoy every single day. It was actually Tom that showed me how much you can just absolutely love a frying pan. I did not really put any interest in it at all, and then he kind of like asked for one for his birthday, like a really fancy one, and now we've got it. I cannot imagine our lives without it. Like, it is just literally a luxury. Like, it is a nice thing to have. So I would recommend that. And then if the person that you're buying for is maybe really passionate about kind of like their neutrals and stuff, I think it's Our Place. Yeah, Our Place do a lot of kind of like coloured frying pans which look really nice. I have heard mixed stuff about how good they are, so do check the reviews, but they do look lovely. The other thing that I was going to recommend is down a similar line. One thing that I thought could be a really lovely gift is actually something from Le Crochet. I don't know if I said that right, but I've got this one which I actually got as a gift, which by the time this video is out, I think she'll have seen that, like, she'll have known that it's been out. But yeah, I got this. This is like just a little stone dish. So you could literally cook anything on here. I actually got it for Holly because I know she loves a recipe that I gave her that is like basically an all-in-one Sunday dinner, all-in-one dish. And I thought this would be the perfect size dish for her to do that meal in for her and her partner. So I grabbed that. I actually got this from TK Maxx. So if you keep your eye out, you can actually pick up some really good bargains. So you don't need to pay the full price. But honestly, I love these. I absolutely love them. I've got two of my own that I just, yeah, they're my favourite thing in the world. So I would recommend those too. I feel like you would think it's a bit of an odd gift of like, why on earth would someone want that? But I think they are lovely. And if you're thinking of stuff to go in like a Christmas stocking, like a little Le Crochet mug, oh, that is lovely. That is lovely. So yeah, there are a lot of options there. The other thing that I thought of, which again, like, guys, this makes me sound so old now because all of these things I actually want, but I thought what would be really nice is actually a really nice pair of blue light glasses. If you guys are anything like me, working in an office, I literally spend probably, I think, 75% of my day looking at a screen, and I know that's really sad. Like, that actually is really sad, but also like that, I feel like that's everyone's life now. Like, that is just how we live. So yeah, I think a really nice pair of blue light glasses that just helps to take away some of that damage that's being done to your eyes when looking at a computer screen, but also a pair that look quite fashionable, can be a bit of a like fashion accessory as well, could be a really lovely gift. And again, you can take this as expensive or as budget friendly as you want. So you can get these on Pretty Little Thing. thing, but you can also, I think I actually saw some in the range as well, really bizarrely. But you can literally get them from a lot of kind of your more high street retailers. You get some from TK Maxx. I've seen some from them before, which honestly I'm kicking myself I'm not getting. I think about that pair often. And you can get them from your designers too. So there is a big range that you can shop at, and I think, yeah, it's a practical present, but I think there's something beautiful about a present that is so practical that you're reminded that that person cares for you every day because you use that item every day. And I just think, yeah, it's something really, really lovely. So my next suggestion, and I actually already own one of these and I love it, is a bath caddy, or some people call it like a bath shelf. So it's basically like a little wooden plank that goes over your bath, so you can have a little shelf or table while you are in the bath. Oh my god, I have loved having these. I think you might have seen them actually. You might have seen mine in some of my nighttime routine videos. I will often put my book on there, my little nice drink on there, and then a candle. And it just makes your bath time feel a bit elevated, like a bit special. And also just, yeah, relaxing. Like you've got all your stuff in one place. You can reach at everything all in one place. Like it's really, really nice. Again, you can get these as expensive or as budget friendly as you want. I think mine was probably like £5 to £10. I think I got it from Primark or somewhere. It really wasn't that expensive, but you can kind of go more expensive if you want. My mum has got a beautiful one which is almost like a piece of stained wood that goes over hers, which just looks literally stunning. So yeah, there are a lot of options depending on your price point, but I think it's again a lovely gift that is practical but feels very special and like someone cares about you and cares about your well-being. So I would recommend that. Alongside that, I would recommend a nice pair of slippers. So I got a pair of UGG slippers last year, which I absolutely love. I've got a very cold house. My house always runs a little bit cold, and my feet are always freezing because we've got hard floors downstairs. So slippers are always important to me. But I do think everyone loves a nice pair of slippers or a nice pair of fluffy socks. And again, you can make this quite expensive by getting like a pair of UGG versions, or you can take it a bit cheaper and get a pair from just like your normal high street retailer. I think M&S do some lovely bits, so that would be quite a good option. But yeah, there are just absolutely loads, but I just think you can't go wrong with a good pair of slippers, and especially if you've done your research and you've picked out a really good pair, like they're actually a really, really good gift. One of the other recommendations that I had is a candle. I think with a candle you have to be careful and you have to show that you've really thought about someone when you've got it, and that I think is quite a hard thing. So I do think you could go budget friendly. There are some really, really nice candles in B&M, which can be really nice. I think if I was getting them, I'd probably add them to a bit of like a hamper just to make it look a bit fuller. Alternatively, I think you could look at some of the higher end candles too. So Jo Malone is one of my favourites. Have I ever owned a Jo Malone candle? No, I have not, but when I smell them, they smell lovely. So that could be an option. The other option is, of course, the White Company. You guys know I obviously really, really like the White Company, and I can literally smell it from the bag, like, oh my goodness. They do lovely little gifts. They can come in little bags like this, which I think are lovely. You just untie the ribbon and then literally just lift up the tissue paper, and you've got the little candle. The candles come in like the little bows like that, which is just really nice. So this is the winter spice. So it's got cinnamon, clove and orange. I got the mini pillar candle. This was about £12, so it is a bit pricey for the size that it is, but like When I tell you it smells really strong and it smells beautiful, it really, really does. You can get like bigger versions of this if you're looking to splash out a bit more. And you can get some that are in glass too, which are also really nice, but again, a little bit more pricey. I think the ones in glass, so this size but in a glass, were £20. But the fact that it comes gift wrap and everything is done for you, I think is really, really nice. And it does just smell literally like Christmas. And the White Company do a lot of different scents, not just Christmas scents. So things like, I think they do like a seaside inspired one, and then some plainer ones. Like there's a lot of options. So alongside candles, the other thing that I thought you could do is some skincare. So I've been actually around the block a little bit in terms of the skincare I've used, and I've picked my 2 favourite brands as suggestions. So the first is obviously Kiehl's. So Holly works for Kiehl's, and yeah, she has taught me a lot about skincare. I don't think I was doing skincare very well before she learned all about it and then basically taught me everything. So yeah, I would recommend Kiehl's skincare. I think they do some nice gift sets, but they also do individual products. So you could 100% go in and just talk to the skincare pro, one of the kind of advisors at Kiehl's, and just kind of talk them through what the person you're buying for their skin challenges might be, and they'll be able to give you a bit of advice. They'll also be able to talk you through some of the kind of options that are almost like everyone's essential. So like an example of that would be the Ultra Facialist Cream. That cream is a godsend. It is so, so nice. I need to get some more of the really strong version because I'm going to be going on a ski holiday, and like, oh my god, the ski holiday last year absolutely destroyed my face. It was brutal. But yeah, they're so lovely in the stores, always happy to talk and have some lovely, lovely little bits. If you don't think that's the sort of vibe for the person that you're shopping for, then I think another nice alternative is Elemis. So again, Elemis do lovely gift sets. I think the cleansing balm is my absolute favourite. So it's the Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. It literally makes your skin look so glowy. I love the smell of it. I love the feeling of it, like the texture. I'm very much a texture girly when it comes to my skincare. Like if something doesn't feel nice on my hands, I'm not putting it on my face. And the cleansing balm, I just love the way it feels. I love the way it smells. Like it just ticks every box for me, so I love that. And honestly, I do love the marine cream as well, so I would recommend that too. The only reason I stopped using that one was the price. I really, really love the Elemis stuff too, so definitely worth a little think about. So other kind of like little easy gifts could be a mug. This sounds a bit of a weird one, but if the person you're shopping for is a bit of a homebody like me, getting me a mug is a really nice gift. Like that could make my day. Obviously one of these mugs, this is one that I got from TK Maxx that I do absolutely love. So you could get me something like that, but get me, that's not what I'm trying to say. You could get someone a mug like that. You could also kind of literally just take it right the way down to the bottom end of your budget. Have a look in Primark. They had some lovely mugs, but also Asda Living, they actually win quite often with their mugs. They have some really, really lovely ones, so do check them out too. Failing that, if you wanted to splash out a little bit more, I've seen online a lot of people do like handmade mugs that have your name stamped into the side, which do just look stunning. They are quite expensive, but also you use a mug every day, so I do think, like, you know, cost per wear logic. If you apply that logic, that mug's not really that much. That's a bit of girl maths for you. I don't know if you'll be convinced, but I do think the mugs look absolutely beautiful, so that is an option too. Along with the mugs, another option I think would be nice, again, is pyjamas. I think if you're shopping for pyjamas in this age range, I think this could be a good age range to splash out a little bit. So obviously you guys will know I have an absolute obsession with Skims pyjamas. Like, I love them so much. So I would always 100% recommend them. I do think you could probably get dupe versions online, so feel free to check that out if you kind of don't have the budget for the Skims pair. But I do absolutely love my Skims pair. It does feel like a luxury every single time I put them on. Alternatively, I think bamboo pyjamas can be so cozy. I had a pair last year from Girl of Muse. I don't know if they're still doing a pair, but if they do, I'll let you know. But oh my god, their pyjamas were just incredible. So yeah, I'd recommend that too. Any sort of bamboo pair. If you're looking for something a bit more budget friendly, I think my suggestion would be M&S. I don't know what people's opinions will be on M&S. Honestly, I absolutely love it. I feel like the style of M&S at the moment is looking really good, but also the quality is insane. And I think at this point now, it's like that's what you care about the most. And yeah, I just think a pair of M&S pyjamas can also just be super duper cozy and lovely. So I would suggest that too. Other little gifts that I thought could be nice is if you wanted to splash out quite a lot, LED face masks. So you'll probably have seen these online. I've seen them a lot on Instagram, but it's a face mask that's got LEDs in that does kind of like light therapy on your skin to help with kind of aging, but then also discolorization and things like that. I've seen some that are very expensive. I think the Current Body one is about £300, and then I think it's iBody, but I'll check. Theirs is about 150. When I was looking at reviews, people were often saying that they didn't feel there was much of a difference between the two. I think the only big difference was that you can upgrade the Current Body one to include a neck section. Depends if that's something you'd be interested in, but I thought actually this is something I've added to my own Christmas list, because I think, yeah, having the light therapy, I think not only will it force you to slow down and take some time in the evening to do that bit of skincare, but I just think it must be nice. I don't know, it just looks very nice. So that was one to maybe think about. The other thing that I got last year and that I've absolutely loved and so would recommend this year is the Stackers jewellery box. So you can get this from John Lewis, but I think you can also get it online. Basically, this is a jewellery box that you can keep adding sections onto. So as your jewellery collection grows, you can add an extra layer to your box, so the box can get bigger and in essence stack up on itself. I have used mine a lot. Obviously I keep my jewellery in there, it's got a little mirror in there as well, and yeah, I just really love it. It looks really clean and tidy on my shelf, but also just, yeah, really looks after my jewellery, and I know I can add to it when my collection grows, which it is starting to. You can add another layer, which is really nice. The final two things that I thought would be lovely as well. The first one is a nice dressing gown. Again, I would recommend the White Company if you're looking for a higher budget dressing gown. I think the White Company dressing gowns are incredible, so cozy. But if you're looking for something lower budget, I think you can again look in like Primark. They have some really nice bits, and again M&S. I think an M&S dressing gown could also be really nice, so that is an option too. I also thought then you could have a look at cookbooks. So for me, the two that I'm hoping for this year is the Gail's cookbook, which has got some bakery recipes and I think maybe some soups, but I'm not sure. And then also the So Good by Em the Nutritionist. I do really love kind of like cooking healthy stuff. If I'm cooking dinner, I'm only going to go to the effort to cook dinner if it's going to be healthy. So yeah, I feel like that could be a nice one. And Em the Nutritionist's recipes are always really nice, so yeah, I would recommend her TikTok on Instagram anyway, and that's kind of what's pushed me to have a go at her cookbook. So yeah, I think a cookbook can be just a lovely, again, really practical but really handy gift. So finally then, I thought I would break down the second part of this gift guide into mums and grandmothers. just to give you a few ideas of kind of what you could get the two. So for mums, I thought again, personalised jewellery. I know I've said it a lot, but I think for mums this is something even more special. So I know Abbott Line just released a new necklace that actually you can put your thumbprint on. So you could do the kids' thumbprints on the necklace. I think that would be really, really lovely. But you can also do ones that has the kids' initials on or names, whichever. You can have all of that on a necklace or on a bracelet, and I think that is just a really, really thoughtful gift. Another option could be a self-care bundle. I think we all know, like, mums need breaks. Oh my goodness, I actually don't know how my mum did it when I was a kid. Like, they are literally superheroes. Like, it's the honest truth. Like, it's insane. So I think a nice self-care bundle is lovely. I would stress this with, like, please, if you're going to do that, make it special to your specific mom if you can. So things like what's her favourite book to read, like a style of book or a certain magazine, favourite chocolate bar, a nice cozy blanket or cozy pair of pyjamas, a cozy pair of socks, a new mug, like a nice bubble bath or a Lush bath bomb. All those little bits just in a little set I think are so lovely. So yeah, that is one to have a think about as well. The other thing that I thought could be a bit of a photo book, so you could have a photo book done. I have seen a lot of these that are like photo books, but in the style of like a coffee table book, so they look really aesthetic, but inside then is literally like your family photos. I think that would be a lovely present. I know you need to sit down and, like, you know, go do all the editing for all the photos, but I do think that is just a beautiful present that is just so heartfelt. So I would recommend that as well. Then moving on to Grans, I do think Grans are a hard one because I feel like lots of Grans are very different. I feel like mums have a very universal experience in my experience, whereas Grans are so radically different. I feel like they are harder to buy for. So my first suggestion is, again, some jewellery. I think you do need to be careful, make sure it's specific to your gran, but I think a nice timeless piece, like a nice little watch, could be something that's just a really, really nice little gift. Another option could be a tea set or a coffee set or a biscuit set, depending on the sort of thing they like. And I think trying to splash out on something that's a little bit nicer, like a Whittyards, something like that, I think can just add a little bit of fanciness to it. And if you're wanting to try and make it personalised, maybe getting that and then baking your own biscuits to go with it and then gifting that as a set could be really, really lovely and just make it feel a little bit special, a little bit elevated. Another one that I think is so nice is handwritten cookbook. So you can get these off Etsy and they look stunning. Basically it's just a plain book, but you can print on the front like basically you can personalize the front of the cookbook so it's like clearly theirs, and then they can write their recipes inside the cookbook and then they can hand it down to the different generations. And I feel like that's lovely on the one hand because it's a gift for them and it shows you care, but also eventually that gift will make its way back down to you and you can use it and then also pass it on to your children and so on and so forth. So I think there's something really wholesome about that transfer of knowledge and family history almost via the recipes. I just think that's something that's really, really beautiful. I'm kind of convincing myself to do that now. I think I might look into this one again because yeah, I think it's just absolutely such a lovely gift to do. Other things could just be activities that they could do with you. So that could be like a puzzle if that's something your gran's into. I know Tom's gran, she is really into cryptic crosswords. I can't do those to save my life. Like, I really cannot do those. So that wouldn't be for me, but that would probably be a good option for Tom to give to his gran. But I think things like little activities that you can do together or in the family setting and have discussions about is a really, really lovely gift. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope it's given you some ideas of potential gifts. If you have your own gift idea that I haven't mentioned, please put it in the comments below. I would love the comments to just be a space for people to get even more gift ideas in, so do have a look. I will try and link most of the stuff that I've spoken about today in the description so you can kind of see all the little bits I'm talking about. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed it. Moving on from this video, I'm going to start going into more of the like proper vlogmasy content. So yeah, if you don't want to miss any of that, make sure that you subscribe. I have been enjoying doing this Christmas content so much already this year. And yeah, you know when you just know it's gonna get better? Like, I know this is the quiet before the storm. Like, things are gonna get so good, so Christmassy, and it's all happening really soon. So yeah, if you don't want to miss it, make sure to subscribe. I absolutely love having you all in this cozy little corner of the internet, to be honest, and yeah, I hope you stay. But yeah, I will close it up there because I feel like I could talk for ages. I wish you well on your Christmas shopping adventures, and I will see you all next time.